Hello everybody, Dragon47 here, and today I'm coming at you with a new video. There are 4 great summoning methods from the extra deck. Well, technically 5, but I'm not counting Pendulum. I'm talking about Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link Summoning. And this is going to be another how to play Yu-Gi-Oh video, because I don't have another great idea at the moment. But before I want to get into the video, there's 2 things I wanted to say. As you noticed, I've changed the background. Using the raw mat. Which mat do you honestly like more, so I can use the other one? Or do you want me to swap between the 2, or do you want me to keep the same consistency mat? Doesn't matter to me. I might just swap between the 2 anyway. Happy Memorial Day, by the way. Woohoo! Thank you, veterans and other people out there who are currently serving our country. Preferably people from National Guard, people who are on the front line, Air Force, Navy, Coast Guard, literally everybody. Thank you so much. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So today, we're going to be talking about Link Summoning. So, what is a Link Monster? Well, a Link Monster is a card that kind of looks like one of these. Yes, I know, this is a lot of Link Monsters. Well, not really. It's just all the ones that I currently have in my binder. But, a Link Monster is basically a blue card, like, say, Cyruja Skuldred, which is a very popular one for this current time, who happens to have a Link modifier, 0 defense points, has attack points, and has arrows. Now, we do have the new Master Rules, and I've already talked about that. I will also explain further details about that in later on videos. But basically, the Link Summon a Monster, you have to use the summoning requirement below. 2+ monsters with different names. I'm not going to show you guys how to summon a Link 4 quite yet, because there is other things I need to do first. So I'm going to use Mega Phantom Beast Tetherwolf here as an example. When you summon Mega Phantom Beast Tetherwolf, he will automatically summon you a token. And using these 2 monsters, you're able to use something called a Link Summon. You don't need a polymerization, you don't need to send the 2 to the graveyard because you need a tuner for a synchro, and you don't stack the 2 on top of each other for the Xyz. Instead, you just send them both to the graveyard to summon forth a card that actually goes right up here. Let me move my camera. Sorry, this is an older school mat. Basically right up here or right up here. It doesn't matter which zone you use, but you can only use one unless there are certain requirements, which I will get to in a couple of minutes. So basically, when you summon a Link monster up there, you also gain the benefit of having these 2 areas quote-unquote unlocked, which can be used for pendulums, for your extra deck, or you could summon more Link monsters, like Nightmare Unicorn, for example, and use these 2 arrows to open up these 2 zones as well. That was the case for Fusion, Xyz, and Synchro, but thanks to the new format, you're able to summon them anytime you want here in the main monster zone or in the extra deck monster zone. Clearly does not matter, but I'm going to go further in depth to you guys with Link monsters. Now, let's just go with another Link monster that I personally use for my deck profile that I've talked about before. We're going to talk about Cross Sheep. Now, Cross Sheep is very, very good, and all it requires is 2 monsters with different names. So, if you were to activate a card like Scapegoat, that's right, the Joey Wheeler card that's limited, you could potentially Link summon one... Oh, sorry, that's a bad example. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not Tetherwolf. 4. Alright, so you have your 4 sheep tokens. Nice. What do you do with them then? Well, the reason why this is limited is because of Link monsters. You can easily send them to the graveyard to immediately Link summon a card. A lot of the cards originally say 2+ monsters with different names, and that's alright. Originally, you'd be able to just Link summon one of these off for a Link Karibo, then Link this one, Link 2 off for a Mrs. Radiant, and then Link the other 2 off for 2 Link Karibos, and then Link all 3 into something like Borrelsword Dragon, where Borrelsword Dragon is very crazy strong for this meta. It is also very highly advised to use if you have. But that doesn't mean that Link monsters that doesn't mean you have to use all your monsters. As a matter of fact, your Link monsters can be used for a Link summon too. For instance, now going back to Cyruja's Skull Dread, you see a 2+ monsters with different names. That means you have to at least add up to a Link rating of 4, and you have to use 2 or more monsters. I suggest trying to use all 4 monsters to summon Cyruja, so you can gain the benefiting effects. Because, to be honest, if you summon with just 2 monsters, all you get is the 300 buff for this card. And I don't know if that actually helps win games or not. I'd rather at least try to get to the 3 if you can't meet the 4, because that allows you to special summon a card from your hand, extending your combos. Plus, with the 4, you also get to draw literally 4 cards, then place 3 to the bottom of the deck. Now, how awesome is that? Imagine summoning this, and then pulling off a crazy anime style, be like, total, 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 total. Joey Wheeler cards. Alright. Back to the main point, though. Basically, what I mean by you can use 2 or more monsters for Cyruja's Skull Dread is if you somehow find a way to get 2 Link 2 monsters, let's just say Cross Sheep and Cliffort Genius out here on the field, you're able to use 2, 4 to go into Cyruja's Skull Dread. Now, that's not the case for all Link 4 monsters, as some like Borregaard or Borreload will say 3+ effect monsters with different names. But, or just 3+ effect monsters. I haven't looked at the cards for a while, so I need to reread them. Others will just say 2+ monsters with different names. So let's just say this is a Link 3. You could just link this Link 3 off with a normal card, like a Mega Phantom Beast Tetherwolf or a token, and just do that for a Cyruja if you honestly want it. Of course, this does mean that you add up to Link 4, so that's perfectly fine. But you don't gain all of the benefiting effects. And I'm not just saying you should play Cyruja because it's good, I'm just saying you should play Cyruja because, in general, people like to use this as an extra deck option, but there are other extra deck Link options out there, and if you're not playing a Link-based deck, then just play some of the cards that belong in your archetype so you have actual consistency and better play in your deck. There are the links that we need to talk about in Dual Overload, like Predaplant Anaconda and how crazy this card is. I don't have one on hand, but Crystra Needle Fiber is another crazy good card. Another one, here's a Link 1 example. Gravity Controller. This one's really nice. Oh, I should probably mention with a Link 4, you can Link summon with a Link 4, but you cannot summon a Link 4 with a Link 4. That is not how it works. You have to meet, and I repeat, you have to meet the requirements. For instance, 1 non-Link monster in the extra monster zone. This is a Link monster. I can't sacrifice him to summon Gravity Controller. That's not how it works. If I'm going to use, well, an example, Winda, on the other hand, who just so happens to be up there, not sure why I'd ever want to do it, but if I absolutely had to let's say, recycle Shaddoll Fusion, or my Shaddoll Trap card, you can just Link summon her away for Gravity Controller, opening the zone, and then you'd be able to recycle a card. Now see, that's something I would have to do if I ever ran out of Spell or Trap cards, which happens a lot. Because I'm a Shaddoll player. Anywho, moving on from that, that's pretty much it for the tutorial of Link summoning. Of course, there are other Link summoning methods that allow you to quickly Link summon on your opponent's turn, like Quick Synchros, which are a thing. There are busted Link monsters in the game that I think are pretty crazy and are really strong. Link Cross needs to get banned. Not trying to be a hater on all y'all out there, but I absolutely despise that card in particular, along top with Mystic Mine. But Guard Dragon LP is definitely worth noting. Cyruja Skull Dread, like I said before, this one's okay. Predaplant Anaconda and Cross Sheep are really good if you're playing fusion-based decks. This thing can literally send Super Poly from the deck to the grave. Very helpful. The Nightmare package is being used more and more. Cerberus is actually starting to make a comeback since you can special summon extra deck monsters in the main monster zone, and Cerberus has a discard effect where you can destroy a card, a special summon card, in the main monster zone, which is absolutely unique and beautiful. If you guys wanted to know Fusion, XCs, or Synchro, these will be coming out in the later videos. And if you have any questions on Link summoning, ask me in the comments. And before I end this video off, I heard that there was new Raw support coming out. If you guys want me to, I will build the new Raw deck. Like, I think it might be pretty fun. I could be pretty excited to play it. I'm not going to say that it's probably going to be the best deck in the world, as I'm not going to lie, I'm a pretty budget player, but, you know, whatever floats the boat. Alright, thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more videos.